Definitely something that's going to save a lot of people. And this is also great for Thailand too, because you're going to have a lot of happy people in Thailand. They need to keep the happiness. I think they figured that out. It's like, oh, we need to keep people happy here because it's the land of smiles, right? So yeah, exactly. So yes, this is you're going to see happy people working. This is good news. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of In My Dreams. It's a place where I'm living mine, and I'm going to teach you how to live yours too, because that's what life is about. And today, guys, guess what? They made some more changes. Of course. So we're just going to talk about it really quick, guys. We're not going to go too far into it. But we're going to start off with good news. We're going to start with good news because there's some really good news with this. So the other YouTubers, they won't tell you about this stuff, but I will. So here we go, guys. First off, certain foreign workers can stay on another year. So what that means is that with the changes that they're catching a lot of foreign workers doing the visa runs in and out and all different types of people doing it, and they changed some things, so but this is the good news. So we're just going to go through this real quick. So the cabinet has approved a 1-year grace period allowing certain foreign workers to remain temporarily in the kingdom. Here, let me just move the mic over here. Probably better. Which is great news, man. There's people that have probably just been doing what they're supposed to be doing, but couldn't figure it out how to get over legally. But now they're going to be able to go and do it. They got the time to do it, and the Thai government, has opened it up like, hey, like just come in and do it legally and you can stay, instead of having that fear. I'm sure a lot of people had that fear to where, oh, if I go, they're never going to let me come back in and I'm never going to be able to work. Bro, this is good news. This is definitely something that's going to save a lot of people. And this is also great for Thailand too, because you're going to have a lot of happy people in Thailand. They need to keep the happiness. I think they figured that out. It's like, oh, we need to keep people happy here because it's the land of smiles, right? So yeah, exactly. So yes, you're going to see happy people working. This is good news. What else does it say? The minister said the measure targets Laotian, Myanmar, and Vietnamese nationals who resident or work in Thailand. That's exactly what it says. But if it's expired, now you can go back and get it figured out. You have 1 year to go back and figure it out. So I hope you guys are hearing this. Maybe you guys haven't been paying attention. Maybe there's some people watching this that haven't been paying attention. But yo, go to the immigration, get your stuff legally done. You can stay in Thailand and work. So foreign workers must have their personal identity recorded, and then children must have health insurance linked to it. So if you're going to be working under 18, you got to have health insurance. That makes sense too. The move follows a decision to temporarily delay a similar measure for 100,000 Cambodian workers. That's crazy too, because see, this is for everybody. Cambodian workers, there's mad Cambodian workers in Thailand, guys. I'm sure a lot of you don't know that you might think you're talking to a Thai person. No, it's a Cambodian just that lives in Thailand. But yeah, that's that. This is the good thing. And now one thing I want to say about this is, of course, we had the same thing happen in America, just recently, but Trump sent out ICE and the CIA and the National Guard, and the borders got, super strict. Trump did that to America, and I get it, but I'm just calling that out because look at what Thailand did. Thailand, they were like, hey, we got a lot of people that we can just cut out, but it gets real dark when that shit happens, man. But I get it, I get it in the United States. I completely get it. I'm American, so I get it. I understand, what that is about. But, there's other ways. I don't want to talk about it too much. Anyways, we're gonna move to the not so good part of this stuff. So here's the other article. This is all from Bangkok Post. The other article is, of course, the bad news. Thai immigration steps up visa run scrutiny. So the renewals to be capped at 2. They're going to be capped at 2. So basically, I'm just going to make this quick for everybody. Is that if you don't have a reason, to come in and out, they're not going to let you come in and out. Like, you're going to have a valid reason to be doing border runs. So I'm actually happy about this too, because I do my stuff the way you're supposed to do it. And then this year coming up, we got so much good stuff planned coming up that yeah, I'll tell you guys more about it in the next episodes. But this is going to be just a quick informational episode, and we'll tell you more about that stuff soon. So police data shows that many individuals have exploited the visa-free policy, which allows up to 90 days per entry, to conduct what they are known as visa runs. Yes, in place with large expat populations such as Pattaya, Phuket, and Hua Hin, a thriving industry specializes in package trips to the nearest borders. So these are the companies that do the border runs back and forth. And then, some expats have lived in the country for years, decades doing this, with no really valid reason. They're just trying to live in Thailand. But, there's a lot of people that have been doing the online scams, the money laundering and the unlicensed business operations. That's a big, hole of things that could be going wrong. But there's a lot of, corrupt things going on. I see it, when I'm out here, there's definitely a lot of things that shouldn't be happening, but that's everywhere, that's happening everywhere, even in America. But Trump is they're cutting that shit out. So, well, trying to, but they cut a lot of shit down in America, man. It's crazy. But yes, so if you're one of those, travelers or expats that, you've just been winging it and, probably just up to no good, it's over. And I'm actually happy. I'm super happy because, there's expats like me, and there's other expats that are trying to come to Thailand and change their lives. This is great for them, because now the people that are actually doing, the stuff correctly, they're going to have a little more focus. We're not going to be tied into, all the bad, all the bad tourism that comes over to Thailand. Like, there's a big mixture of that stuff here. There's great people here that are just trying to get, their lives together, even benefit, even give benefits back to Thailand while, their lives are, while they're fixing their lives in Thailand. Or, there's just people that are just professional and just living their life in Thailand because they work in Thailand. All these people get slammed into the mixture of bad things that are going on in Thailand because they're foreigners, or we're foreigners. But not anymore. Hopefully, this tightens up a lot of that, but I get it. I completely get it. I know what it's like to be from another country and have, bad things going on in your past and you just want to get out. I get it. I completely get it. But if you're going to come into Thailand and still, live that bad life, what's the point? You might as well just stay back in your country, for real. It might suck, but if you're just going to do that, just stay out. They figured it out, they're just getting stricter. That's all. I'm sure they figured it out a while ago, but they're just getting stricter. So that's really that, you guys. I guess like the basic information out of that is that, yeah, they're capping it to 2. So if you don't really have any reasons to be, coming into Thailand, like say, like just for examples, like if you don't got a kid, like that's for some reason it's overlapping, like, oh, like I got a kid and the doctor's appointments are like next week and that's just overlapped with my, extended stay, they're probably going to let you in because, you're going to have proof that you got a kid in Thailand, blah, blah, blah. Or family, it doesn't even have to be a kid. So another thing I can see, it's like students, students are getting, having problems with this for sure. International students, because they're going in to take classes and then their visa ends, and then maybe they took another class or they have to go back and do another class, they have to finish, something, and it just overlapped like that they just had to leave the country. Those are the people that are going to be getting back in. Medical stuff, like I have a doctor's appointment that I need to go get taken care of in Thailand, like, and if I don't go, there's going to be a problem, with my health. Like, they'll let you in for that. But anything else, you guys, it's looking like they're going to cut that off. If you're not, like, just, basically have a reason, as it says, it's over. So that's going to be the end of this episode, you guys. I'm not going to go too much farther into this. The articles are here for you guys. Thai immigration steps up visa run scrutiny, and certain foreigner workers can stay another year in Thailand. So that's that. And then, guys, I just want to tell you the reason why I've not been putting out so many videos, because I've been in development mode with my brand, Artisan Collective. I know some of you guys know about it. So guess what? I'm hopping out of development mode. Go check out the store, you guys. I'll tell you guys more about the brand here soon, but we got a lot of really cool things coming up. I'm in tech, so I got a lot of cool things to tell you guys about that stuff. If you guys are into tech or software, I'm sure we're gonna have like a couple digital nomad community come in to this channel eventually. But all right, I'll see you guys in the next episode. I'm just talking now. Have a good day, guys.